Raghavendran and Siddharth do your final changes, discussions, and then we will go for the presentation. You have only the first 10 minutes for it.
Yes, sir, that's more than enough, sir.
Okay. Yeah, get closer and you can speak.
Yes, sir. So friends, I just have one clarification. So we have all named our own provinces. Even Yavendran has his own province name. But we haven't decided with the main province. So do you have any idea about that?
The main province can be like the main country that Dolby is something related to Dolby in some way.
Okay, so that.
And city joint, by the way.
Okay.
If you're playing on video. You're playing on video and you're explaining.
Playing on video. In the video.
Like Taneshwar Anna and Siddharth Anna.
That is PPT, that is separate. This is activity.
Okay.
This is another activity that was presentation. Like you did by standing on the stage. As we are attending through online, they will use PPT. PowerPoint presentation. CBR, can you hear us? Okay, friends, do we have anything else to plan? Are you able to hear me, friends?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, then shall we plan the sequence if we don't have anything else to plan?
Okay.
Yeah, we can plan it now.
Okay. Would anyone of you like to volunteer to give the starting opening narration?
I can do that.
Okay, so Siddharth will start up and he will give his opening narration. At the same time, he will continue with his set of solutions.
So my solution would be the one with 1,000 books, right? 100,000 books.
Yes, Siddharth, it could be anything. It's not a mandatory that Siddharth should speak only for this problem or Taneshwar should speak only for third one. If we have solutions for all the five, you can explain those and we will share because each one has a unique plan, right? So as we are all forming the province, so each one can say any idea. So if we have for the other things too, then you can present them.
Okay. So for me, I'll just be saying the 100,000 books one then, so I can give other people a chance to talk about their own.
Okay, Siddharth. Taneshwar, would you like to go next?
No.
I said, okay, it's enough. And then after Taneshwar, will you present? You told two solutions yesterday, you know.
Yes.
Will you present that after Taneshwar now?
Okay.
Okay, Ka.
Okay.
Yes, Anna.
Yes,
I listened to the recording yesterday. You are not giving respect to the seniors, no?
CB is not speaking, sir. Even today we called him, but he didn't respond, sir.
Go ahead with your plan alone.
Yes, sir. So we are almost done with our plan, sir. We are done with all the province name solutions also, sir. I think we shall start the presentation because I asked him.
Make sure you're not hitting the phone, otherwise the caption will get
No,
lost.
Daddy, sir. I'll be very careful, sir.
So, right. So, come near the camera. Close the chat.
Close the chat.
Close the chat. Otherwise, I will be. So, I can speak something. Okay. All right. So we will start your presentation. And my participation in this particular presentation will be in a different form. Once you come to a kind of a conclusion, I will interrupt with the four information. That is, what are the information? Diseases, calamities.
Then invasions, sir, other countries' invasions.
Yeah, other countries' invasions. So,
And
so there are two red alert and there are two green alert. So one red is mentioning diseases,
yes, sir.
and let's say another red is mentioning natural calamities. Another green mentions the invasions, and let us say this one, the last one, is about scarcity and poverty.
So what does mean the invasion?
Invasion, other countries, மற்ற நாடுகள் உள்ள வந்து உங்களோட போர் தொடுக்கிறது தான் invasion.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. The way that we have planned is how you told, sir. That is, we are voluntarily saying the solution, sir, because every one of us have planned our own provinces, the foundation, with the help of these four problems, sir. So we are presenting the solutions in the presentation part, and when you are asking questions, we would add up to those.
Yeah. You can go ahead with the plan, whatever you have planned, and after you finish your presentations, only my scope of questioning will come.
Okay, sir.
You can go ahead with your plan.
Okay, sir.
I will not speak even a word while your presentation is going on.
Okay, sir.
Everything will be only after the presentation.
Yes, sir.
And the presentation contribution will directly get into the CRS. Mitra, Sibi, and Yalvedhan's contribution will go to their Indian CRS, while Taneshwar and Siddharth's contribution will get registered in the US batch CRS. So, Siddharth and Taneshwar, Siddharth, this is your 98th class. Now, you joined on March 30th, 2021, and today is your 98th class. And Taneshwar, you joined on 5th August 2021, and today is your 57th class. Both of you have entered into the CRS 2.0. As far as the US batch CRS 2.0 is concerned, it consists only two candidates. One's you and another one is Siddharth. And it started, the CRS 2.0, it started in the month of September. And from the month of September till yesterday, Siddharth has attended 37 sessions and Taneshwar has attended 38 sessions. So 30 plus sessions in the CRS, current CRS, and the total number of sessions, 98 for Siddharth and 57 for Taneshwar. Good job.
Great commitment, Siddharth and Taneshwar. Great efforts.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. All right, so the King of Kings presentation is officially getting started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. Today we will be presenting about the King of Kings. We will be giving our own solutions to problems that were given to us. For example, my solution for the number one problem, giving out 100,000 books of various knowledge and conceptual elements to the people around us and to the citizen. For that, I gave the solution of setting up kind of a book bank where people show up if they want to get a book or not. Then we give them a few books at a time, like one or two. And if people do try to take more than that, we refuse. So we'll set up guards or royal guards there to make sure the citizens don't take too many books so that other people don't have books. But if we have many books left after doing it one day, then we'll set it up for multiple days and let them take how much they want after that. And that is my solution. Next, we have Tanashwar.
Okay, so my set of solutions for the problem of disease, and I'm going to be using clothes and amenities. So my idea was to use these clothes to make something where germs could not travel through them, and it's going to be worn by doctors who are operating on people with diseases or viruses that that have due to them, and if they wear these type of clothes, they can't spread it to anyone and they can't get it to themselves. Next, y'all been
My 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 second solution is first solution. Why tsunami? How we can protect tsunami is for protecting the tsunami. I will build the wall with bricks. I will build 300 layers to protect this tsunami. First one is for that I will give money to them and they can buy food and construct building, educate their children and buy books for them. Thank you.
A warm greetings to another present here. Sir, first of all, I'd like to let you all know about the name of the province, provinces. Sir. So the main province, this is out of campus. I am not into the campus. The main province's name is Caprician Kingdom, sir, and it was we all decided each name for each of our province, and this name was decided by Taneshwar himself, sir. Next, Siddharth's province name is Paradoxian, sir. Then my province name is Troy, sir, Troy, because it's a Sanskrit name for survival, sir. Our province, yes, sir.
Troy.
Yes, sir. So,
Troy is a place.
No.
Yes, sir.
Troy is not a place. Troy is a word. I'll tell you.
So when I searched for the Sanskrit name for survival, because in our province, sir, although we have very less resources, all those things, we try to survive for the West. It's all to test our endurance power, sir. So that's why I wanted to name our province as Troy, sir. Next, Yarvendensis, I'm not sure about this name, sir. Willowcombe, or would you like to pronounce that name?
Willowcombe.
Willowcombe.
What is it?
It should be calm.
Willowcombe.
Yes, sir.
I see. Okay.
Willowcombe is his province name, sir. And Tanesh versus Manfred, sir.
Okay.
So these are the province names, and I'm getting into the character. So warm greetings to one and all present here. I'm the queen of Troy province, and today I would like to give a speech or let every person in my province to know that what are all the facilities we have given to the entire province. That is the main province of Caprician Kingdom, because each and every person, each and every citizen of the province must be aware of the facilities that they have for themselves. So I would like to start with the first one, the books. So it is like a chain reaction, sir. We, a set of 6 people, are a team, and we are scholars, sir.
5 people.
Oh, sorry, sir. We are scholars, sir. And what we are supposed to do is, we are going to use those books to train a small set of individuals, sir. Like it would be around 10 people, and it will start as a chain reaction. When they become scholars, they teach some 15 people, and it starts as a homozygous, not genes, sir. It will start as a chain reaction, and it will go on very unique, sir. So that each and every person of our province is educated, and they would use these books, so they can start their own library. So we are dividing it by 5, sir, so that we will set up a common library in all the 5 provinces. The next is food necessity items, sir. So we have 2 people mainly in our group, sir. One is Siddharth and Taneshwar. Siddharth is a scientist, sir. Everything is creativity and imagination, sir. So what he does is, we have food necessary for 8 months, sir. But we have to just separate it into 5 provinces, sir. But the food being essential for 8 months is not very much good, sir. We need more food as the months go on. So what we have decided is, Siddharth comes up with a very good idea, sir. He identifies a machine, sir. He does this using his creativity. As we have construction items in our resource, sir. What he does is, he with the help of Taneshwar, they both assigned with the project. And what this machine does is, it's a common mission among the provinces. When we take a small ample amount of food, sir, and when we drop it into the machine, sir, it could manufacture more. Like if we could define it in a very simple, sir, it is like a recycling method, sir. But even food waste or anything, the skin of the fruits and all those, sir, if we put, it could manufacture into a new food, sir. So this is a creative method that Siddharth being a scholar has identified, and it has been very useful for all the 5 provinces, and food has been manufactured even more healthy and nutrient food, sir. And clothes and amenities would be has been said by Tanishar how to stop prevent it from diseases, and construction items as Yalven told sir. Our main motto is than building very sophisticated buildings. Sir. Our main motto is to build a very thick and a very strong wall. Sir, because as we are near seashore, it is very easy for us to get affected by both flood and also tsunami. Sir. So we are trying to build a very strong building, like a thick wall, sir, that could prevent us from both of these. It cannot completely prevent, sir, but it can prevent from the after effects of both the natural calamities. So this is the main thing that we have it. And last, the tax-free money, although it would be sufficient only for 4 provinces, we are somehow making calculations like 15%, and we are trying it to equalize among all the 5 provinces. And as we are educating people, they will definitely come up with, because it is not Stone Age era, it's also not modern era. It's a media that era, sir. So what we have decided is blacksmith is one of those jobs that were proficient those days, sir. So I think people who are educated can use that money. When they, although this money won't be sufficient for them, each people when they do a job for themselves, when they are trying to self-earn, I think it will be more than enough. And last, for the diseases, invasions, I don't think anyone of us has mentioned, sir, but yesterday we had discussed. We are trying to manufacture small. We could see this boomerang, sir. Then also guns, sir. These were some of the ideas that people mentioned in yesterday's discussion. Okay, gun. You tell.
Right.
Shield. Okay.
Shield.
How did I ask you to speak?
Shield.
Shield and armors would be manufactured by each one of us, sir. And finally, for the diseases, sir, one thing grew very naturally, sir. It was not man-made, it was not artificial, it was some medicinal plant, sir. Our province has this great strength, sir, because this medicinal plant would attract the negative energy from you, sir. When consumed, it would attract the negative energy. But although as per the law of attraction, then all those things, you won't attract negative things if you think negatively, sir. It's all based on your thoughts as I made the presentation on. But when you consume, the negative energy in you could be attracted, sir. And cursing others and being cursed is a great power of negative energy, sir. So that's why when this medicinal plant is consumed, people would not attract negative things, sir. So what the Siddharth has manufactured is, where a small amount of medicinal plant is put into the machine so that it manufactures all the food with that as like a tiny percentage, like 0.1% or 0.001% of this medicinal plant, sir. So CP hasn't spoken from yesterday, sir. So these are the solutions, and I'd like to ask if they have missed out anything, sir.
No, Mitra, you have not missed anything. You've gone through all the points that we have done so far. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Right, my question to Tanishar, very nice presentation, very impressive.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good job.
Very good presentation.
Thank you.
So now, my question for towards Tanishar is how would your province take control over Earth? By the way, Tanishar, Siddharth, would you like to appreciate Mitra?
Yes,
Take a
sir.
point of someone does something.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Very good job, Mitra, on explaining the parts that we missed. We seem that we have forgotten to say many things. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's okay, sir.
Right, so the question towards Tanishwar is this particular thing, that is, yes, as Mitra explained, the things are going good, and Siddharth as a scientist and as a scholar has got lots of ideas. How do you think a natural calamity comes down? Yes, Yalvendan gave an idea about how to prevent tsunami, but what happens is a big drought and a flood is attacking the entire province. So what resources would Tanishwar will use for taking care of this one?
Where's the flood coming from?
Sorry?
Where's the flood coming from?
The flood is coming from a floodgate that has been damaged. You know, let's imagine that there is a huge dam, a water supply source near the small province, and the floodgates are being damaged. They have got the wear and tear, and it does not hold the captivity of the entire amount of water stream that the rain has fetched thus far. And because of that particular gate being damaged, because of the wear and tear and the rust in the steel plates of the gates, it gets damaged and the whole water is coming inside the province.
Okay, so in that case, we would do an evacuation of everybody that's living in their home. Or what we could have done is we could have built a province on a plateau so the water can't reach that high up.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, the flood, you're saying how to protect the people or how to construct the gate?
Anyway, how you are going to protect the people from the flood
Okay.
as a king? You have an idea?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
In the terrace, we can put one tent. Many are there without terrace. They can sit inside the house and they can take one cover and they can float it up, and with the stick we can press it and we can put a tent inside.
That can protect the people to a little bit of an extent, but do you know the speed of a flood? Do you really think with that such speed of the water approaching towards the people, the cloth will contain the water?
Otherwise, in that flood we can construct with the brick. We can construct layer.
When the flood is coming, you will construct with the brick.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a smart little boy. Yeah, right. Yeah, construction can be done, and
Or we can do stilt houses.
tent houses is a good idea. It can survive. It can make people, be into that little extent. Okay. So Taneshwar and Yalvendan have tried to answer this question. Now, let's narrow down to the next possibility, a crisis possibility, and this is towards Siddharth. And just like Taneshwar answered, after Siddharth ventures out an answer, anybody can answer. Okay, so Siddharth, you are a scholar, as Mitra mentioned, and you are a scientist, and you have got a lot of, like Ravana, you have got 10 brains and 10 heads on your shoulders, and we are really, really happy to see that. But then what happens is 3 countries at a given point of time, they make a war-footing strategy and they enter into your province. Yours is a province, and let us not be over-ambitious as a country. 3 provinces get into the complete war invasion into your province. Now, with the available amount of resources, how are you going to face those 3 provinces that are coming for a war?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
So these 3 provinces, are these provinces the one that the other people from the class are doing, or some other random province that are not related to these people?
Random provinces. The best part of this particular solution is you can take provincial help from the other people. You can take help from Mitra's province, Yalvendan's province, and Ganeshwar's province, Sibi's province, so on and so forth. But the people who are entering as invasion are, as you rightly mentioned, the random provinces which you have not even heard about in the recent past.
Okay, sir. So for my idea, it would be like not fight back at first, let them take over a country, and then act like they're taking over us where we have complete defeat, but still have like whatever army we have left in reserves put aside or like in hiding. So when the time comes, like I would have sent a allied request to the other provinces a few days before this. So by the time the other allied reinforcements show up, we all would surround the big armies group and then take them out one by one. That would be my idea. And then after the war would be over, we would send all of them back, and then whatever we have from the treasury, I would give the other provinces as a thank you gift for allowing me to use their army.
Sounds good. So it's like a turnkey operation. Like you hire people and you basically have a request focus group which could come and help you in time. Is that what you're trying to mean?
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. Very mature answer. Good job, Siddharth.
Siddharth.
And then Siddharth Anna,
Any other approaches towards this before I go to the next question?
No.
Okay. Now, let's go towards Yalvendra. This is a crisis. Mitra mentioned that you are holding a separate province. It's called as Walcom.
No, sir. Vilakam.
Vilacom. It's called as the Vilacom. So, the point is, Vilacom's youngsters are now getting very scared. They have a spell, a magical spell that is put over into the province by some other enemy province, and they start believing in supernatural things, ghosts, evil spirits, superstitious beliefs, and they forget their confidence because of all these evil spirits. So the challenge is evil spirits getting into your province. So as a king, how would you safeguard?
Sir, I will say, don't believe these things. These are not true. These are imaginary things, and I'm saying, but they are not listening to them. So I will say to that magician enemy, and I will kill you. Don't do like this.
You will threaten him.
Yes, sir. And he is not listening. I will kill him.
I see.
And I will say to the people, why are you not believing?
Right.
Believe me.
Right.
So I can get you to a good stage.
Oh.
I like that. I can say.
I see. Good. So you will fight, you will counsel, and you will advise. These are the three strategies.
Yes.
Good one. Good one. Any resources? In addition to what Yalmendan has mentioned, with any available resources, can we solve this problem? Clothes, money, books, construction. How?
Sir, because when we are having lots of books related to all these
What
things,
do we need here?
knowledge.
Knowledge, yes.
When we have all those books related to education, sir, those people would have written, like the ancestors would have written, sir, during those times, supernatural powers, some would have believed those, and they're having lots of possibilities that even more dangerous powers would have attacked them, sir. So during that, using their knowledge, ancestors would have written something in that palm leaves or something, and that would have been written as a book, sir. So books are a great resource here, like about magical powers, getting rid of our subconscious mind book, sir.
No, not sir. The Power of Subconscious Mind book was written in 1950s.
Oh, any mind-related book would be there, sir?
No, there will always be sculptures and gospel philosophies written in the leaf structures.
Yes, sir.
Written in the spiritual way.
So what does mean by sculptures?
Sculpture அப்படின்னா ஓலைச்சுவடிகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த ஸ்கல்ப்சர் பழைய காலத்து கல்வெட்டுகள் எல்லாத்தையும் ஸ்கல்ப்சர்ஸ்.
So using those, sir, and we will also say that we have some archaeologists in our group, sir. So who have taken all those sculptures or scriptures in manuscripts and everything, and they have got those, and that has been kept in the library so that it appears to be a museum, sir. So people can gain knowledge.
Okay, that's a good solution. Now let us focus towards Sibi Adityan, because we have a next challenge towards the province. And not only for Sibi Adityan, it is an open for all question. Sibi Adityan, can you answer? Let me utter the question first of all. Mitra's province, Siddharth's province, Mitra's province, Siddharth's province, and Sibi Adityan's province are hit with strange diseases. As you know, disease is one of the crises that comes. Strange diseases. It's a kind of a brain fever, and it's a kind of crippling bone disease, and it's a kind of liver disease. It's coming and attacking on a very fast basis here.
Sir, what is meaning of
Crippling. Crippling அப்படின்னா முடக்குறதுன்னு தமிழ் சொல்லுவாங்க. முடக்குறது. முடக்குற மாதிரி வலிக்குதுங்க. அப்படியே அதான் crippling. So these diseases are hitting the provinces. How are you going to get rid of the disease? I mean, first of all, how are you going to save lives? Second, how are you going to get rid of the disease? And as you could see in this pandemic, governments and countries and Senate communities are all putting their hands together and they are trying to curb corona disease, but corona has got its own face and it is not controlled. It's got started in December 2019 and we are in January 2022. We still don't have, it is getting suppressing. So,
sir, I have one idea, sir. I will say to the, I am the king, so I will say to the people who are living in my village, like stay in your.
Province. 10-12 villages are the province.
Okay, sir. I will say to them like, don't come outside for only emergency. Come outside. Be in the home. For emergency, you can call to any shop. All of them are open. We can come and delivery like that. I will say.
Good boy.
That's a nice humanitarian king. In the money classல என்னென்ன தோணுதோ அதை நீ தைரியமா இப்படி பேசணும். அது நான் வந்து ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ண மாட்டேன். நான் ஸ்கூல்ல எல்லாம் பண்ற மாதிரி இப்படி தப்பா சொல்றேன் அப்படிலாம் பேசக்கூடாது சொல்லுவேன். உனக்கு வர ஐடியாவை பிரெயின் அப்படியே ஃப்ளோட் பண்ணும். அப்பதான் நீ வந்து ஒரு நல்ல இன்டெலெக்சுவலான பர்சனாக வருவேன். இது தப்பு, இது ரைட்டு, இது இப்படி தப்பு இருக்கணும்னு யோசிச்சேன். ஜஸ்ட் கோ ஃபார் அ ஃப்ரீ ஃப்ளோ. அது ஸ்கூல்ல கிடைக்கிறது, டியூஷன்ல கிடைக்கிறது, இங்கே மட்டும்தான் அது கிடைக்கும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வரதை வந்து அப்படியே அப்படியே தோன்றதை சொல்லு, கரெக்டாக வேணுங்கிறப்ப சான்ஸ் எடுத்து பேசு. So far you are doing good. Okay, after Alvin's solution, yeah.
Sir, I don't think, I doubt if the first solution is that much 100% accurate and correct, sir. So I'll let you know, sir. Sir, more than 1500 years ago, sir, we had this precious resource, sir, that is crude oil, sir. And by fractional distillation, we cannot use the crude oil as such, sir. After fractional distillation, that is low and high boiling point differentiation, we can arrive with fractions of crude oil, that is diesel, gasoline, then fuels. Yes, sir. Fuels that are used in almost all the vehicles, sir, and bitumen that is used in the road layering and everything, sir. Yes, sir. So like that we could, these are the main fractions that we could receive from crude oil, sir. But there are some little fractions, I think there are some little fractions that are not that much useful to the society, but people could use it, sir. So I think we could manufacture medicine out of those crude oils.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
Yes, sir. This is the first solution, sir. And I doubt if Taneshwar has mentioned this, sir. Second solution, sir. That is, yesterday during discussion, he told we have the power of manufacturing cloths, sir, that are very thick in material and people could not get attracted to this communicable diseases, non-communicable and communicable diseases, sir. They need these cloths would by using medicinal plants and some extracts of lavender oil and everything, sir. If we could use that, people could not get attracted to communicable disease. So that this is commonly, sir, not alone for the problems, the diseases that we have mentioned. We commonly decided upon these, and I think he forgot to say that in today's presentation. These are the results.
Okay, very lively answer. I really appreciate it. Yeah, crude oil is a substantial solution.
Yes.
You were having a doubt that it was not.
Sir, what is crude oil?
Crude oil is a kind of an oil. It's a multi-purpose oil. அதை கரெக்டான லெவலில் ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணால் அதில் வந்து டீசல், பெட்ரோல் எல்லாம் எடுக்கலாம். ஈரான், குவைத், ஈராக் அவங்கெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு டீசல், பெட்ரோல் சப்ளையர்ஸாக இருக்காங்க. இட் இஸ் அ லார்ஜ் சாயில் வேர் க்ரூட் ஆயில் இஸ் மேனுஃபேக்சர். அங்கிருந்து தான் நம்மளுக்கு டீசல் இதெல்லாம் சப்ளை பண்ணுவோம். அதை வச்சு மெடிசனும் தயார் பண்ணலான்ட்டு அவங்க சொல்கிறாங்க. ஓகே. Alright, so Yalvaindan spotted a solution, Mitra spotted a couple of solutions. Any other solution for the disease prevention by Taneshwar or Siddharth? Or shall we go to next?
We can go to the next one, sir, if you have no more solutions.
All right, okay. The final question that I would like to utter in this King of Kings activity is the next, uncertainty or a crisis that could come and hit a province, and that is wrong belief system and people going so weak in terms of their thinking patterns. A country will have its own fall if the countrymen are having wrong belief systems and very, very meager and weak thinking patterns. So, when there is a job opportunity, people don't try to contribute. When the province kings and queen are calling for the brave boys and girls to step front for the war, they say that no, we are afraid. So this is called as negative thinking patterns and wrong belief systems. Vulnerable and dangerous even than diseases and warful dangers. So if your provinces are hit with the wrong, negative, cynical, skeptical thinking patterns, எதிர்மறை சிந்தனைகள் மற்றும் எதிர்மறை நம்பிக்கைகள். How did I?
Sir, I can say, sir. Sir, I have a doubt, sir. First of all, you are saying that I am calling for a fight for brave girls and boys, and they are not coming for what? For that what?
They are afraid. If we come and we participate in the war, we might die, we might get injured, so we don't want to come up. By problem.
So for that, what solution?
What solution you would do as a king? Because it is your subjects. So you have to give the confidence.
Sir, I will. That is on only one village, sir. To another village, there are 10 villages in almost, sir. I am asking to one village. I am going to for that. I am going to say for one more village, and they are coming,
Okay.
and that village will see. Wow, they are fighting. We can also fight like that. They can come, sir.
They can motivate themselves.
Yes, sir.
Nice idea. Okay, that's one solution from Yalvendan. Any other solutions? Yeah.
Sir, first about the wrong belief system, sir. We could prove it wrong, sir, because during those days, sir, we can't teach people or try to motivate people by saying that it's your subconscious mind. Don't fear. Like that, we won't be able to say, sir, because psychology wasn't that much. It did not.
It wasn't a field of study.
Yes, sir. So I think proving them wrong, sir, because I heard, sir, for preventing their province or whatever it is called, sir, preventing their province from drought, sir, they used to do some pujas or something, sir, and they used to say yagna, something they would do, sir. So if people are trying to say that we believe in this, we don't know if it is right or wrong, and believing in wrong belief systems, sir, we could, as a queen, as a responsible queen, it's my duty to let people know that that is wrong, sir. So that could be done only by proving it wrong, sir. Because if I give a speech saying that don't believe in this, they would not understand that, or they will just accept that, sir. The only way is proving them wrong, sir. So I think during those days these could be possible. And number two, we did not have these psychological things, sir. So the only way we could take fear out of people is saying about the ancient stories, sir. Like creating some ancient stories where people were very brave, where soldiers were very brave and they voluntarily joined the army of their province, sir. So I think these are the solutions.
Quite possible. Nice set of solutions.
Thanks.
Siddharth, Tanishwar, Sivi, any contributions, any actions?
I have one second solution, sir. We can say some stories, that bravely stories, and they can fight. I can do it like that in their mind. It will say, sir, and they can
Motivating stories.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any points, Siddharth, Tanishwar?
Sir, I have one.
Yes, Siddharth.
So for my solution, it would be, so the people in the province, they have the wrong kind of thought process. So I would call like an emergency meeting with all of the people in the town. Like, you know how the kings give speeches to the people or the citizens, things like that. And then give them ideas or give them thought processes that are opposite to the one they're having and things like that. And then you know how in today's day, there's some people out there like the ministers or their assistants giving random speeches in the streets, things like that, trying to boost them or make them join their party or something. Like we can do something like that. It will make them think.
Calling for an expert pilot opinion and guidance system. It's called as grievance redressal in the past. Right, that's a possible idea. Good job. Any other? Tanishwar, do you have any idea?
To make them.
You're not hearing. It broke.
To make the people fight.
Ah.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. I'm asking you, how are you going to change the mindset of the people who have got a very bad negative thinking mechanism. Not, my intention is not to make them fight, but the thinking pattern has to change. What's your set of solution for that? Okay. Right, it's okay. You need to seriously work on your mic. You know, sometimes your mic is very, very terrible. You're not hearing anything. So, yeah. All right. So, first of all, I would like to appreciate all the 5 members for thinking on a very vivid basis to address King of King activity.
Thank you, sir.
Your ideas were very precious and your presentation was really good.
Thank you so much.
Everybody else and Yalvendan participated so strongly. Siddharth.
Very, very thank you.
Yeah. Siddharth did really well. Danishwar tried his part. Anyways, one last question before we jump into the next proceeding. I'll start with Yalvendan. What is your learning from this activity?
Sir, I can solve. In my future, there are many. There are many. I know why you are giving this, sir. Because in my future, I can these questions the future will ask. So I should solve that, sir. So that's why I'm saying.
Yeah, correct. So you say that in the future you will have all these diseases, problems. They are definitely going to come. You're saying.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Sir, I'm going to be a president like that.
Oh yeah, correct. You will definitely become a president. Yes. Good, nice. You are learning.
Sir, each one of us have.
Why should the trainer carry all these millennial modern youngsters blessed with technology to the ancestral part of king and queen? Why should I take you to that period?
Because of the lifestyle, sir, because of the societal problems that they face, and this technological era, we have technology, sir, we have modernization, and it's not the things that we have seen even in 2015, sir. It is very modernized. Even now, artificial intelligence is being used more vividly. Few years ago, people did not know what it was, but nowadays people are frequently using that, sir, in building their houses. There are so many videos on those. So I think because of modernization, to make us understand how important the old lifestyle was, sir. And number 2, sir, each one of us have one responsibility, sir. Like not every one of us are going to become a president of province or a village. We are not going to be given posts, sir. Only few people get the post, but other people have the responsibility of leading their lives, sir. And in this generation, teenagers are very irresponsible, sir, and they are not able to differentiate between the responsibility that they have in their personal life and the responsibility that they have in their professional life, sir. Although people are given the posts in politics, sir, people are not understanding what is the importance of their posts, sir. Like if we are given the responsibility, we should be ready for prevention is better than cure, sir. We should be ready for those, sir. That's why even before we started to plan for the presentation, you told us 4 problems and you told you would have one surprising problem, sir. So that's how life is, sir. Like the chief minister could decide, what if earthquake comes? This is the prevention. What if diseases come? What if a pandemic attacks us again? All these could be solved, sir. But the 5th problem that you told, the fear and the wrong belief system, it couldn't be predicted before, sir. So we should be ready as much as we could, and at the same time be very strong and responsible and understand the privilege that we have got in our lives.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very nice answer. Yes.
Sir, can I present
Activity no.
நான் ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி பிளான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன்னா அந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி முடிகிற வரைக்கும் அமைதியாக இருக்கும். அதில் மட்டும்தான் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணும். ஓகே ரைட். நான் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் நீ சொல்கிற அளவுக்கு வச்சுக்கவே மாட்டேன்னு நினச்சேன். நீ அவசரப்படுறிய அனுப்புறது. Siddharth, you are learning out of this.
Yes, sir. So from out of this, it's like thinking. So it's kind of being acting like a leader. So if you have like a bunch of people under your control for this one, you're the king and you have a province, then you're learning about like what kind of problems they're going to face and how you would deal with them. Say the same thing you could do with group activities, but on a much smaller scale, and not like 100,000 books, but like 5 or 10 books, things like that.
Right? Okay. Okay. Fine. So that's a good inference. Taneshwar, what's your learning out of this King of Kings activity?
Is my mic good now, sir?
Very good.
Okay, so my learning, like Siddharth said, it was leadership, and it was also like how many leadership qualities you have. Because, you gave us 5 problems and you gave us 5 items to solve those problems. And if you don't make the right decision, it might go badly. And it's just kind of like testing you with power to see how well you do or like how good you are. So that's what I learned.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Well done.
Very nice. Thanks.
Taneshwar.
Great job, Nashwar.
Well done, Tanishwar. Well done, Siddharth.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitra.
Right now, as far as the next week's class is concerned, I would like to instill Siddharth and Taneshwar into something. Anyhow, you both are going to make presentations, weekly presentations. If you don't have a topic that is preoccupied into your mind, if there is a topic that is preoccupied for the next week, I don't want to disturb that. But if there is no topic preoccupied into your mind, I would like to give you something. So, Taneshwar, Siddharth, do you have any topic that has been decided in your mind for the next week?
No,
Uh,
sir.
Not really. I just have like a few like projects coming up, but I can finish those without disrupting class.
I see. If I give each one a topic, will you be finding time in this entire week to prepare a presentation on it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. This morning when I was taking stock of the number of sessions you both have been attending, I was very contented and happy and fulfilled. At the same time, I felt a little alarmed into my mind. Like Siddharth, next week he completes his 100th sessions. Daneshwar, next week he completes his 60th session. So, two boys from the United States of America, being in the 9th grade, attending almost about 160 classes, and what kind of transformation this MS evening sessions has brought in them. I was curious to know. With the loads and loads of presentations that you both have made, with the loads and loads of skit performances you both have given, and these kinds of creative activity that I have triggered, like King of King activity and all the other activities. I've got a whole list of activities. All those activities are born in MS evening sessions, and you are part of it. So I wanted to know a kind of a yardstick or a success indicator policy, how it has changed you. As a responsible trainer, I'll have to only talk to Mr. Saravanan and Mr. Edilan about this. But it's too early to go to the parent and ask, because I believe more in the student than the parent. I'm not a very keen parents meeting conducting professional. I don't believe in that. Asking how your son is doing, how your daughter is doing, because I have got a third eye and I know how a person, like for example, now I know how Yalvendan will be in the month of April 2022, 3 months later. I know how I will tune him and how I will change him. Likewise, when Taneshwar joined, when Siddharth joined, there was a kind of a clay atmosphere, like there was some raw gray areas which had to be touched upon in Taneshwar and Siddharth, and I did touch those areas, and I'm feeling that improvement. But I would like to hear that from you. So I'm going to give an interesting topic, and that topic is, it goes like this. Siddharth in January 2022, Siddharth before March 2021. Before March 2021 is the period where Siddharth was not even part of MS evening sessions. January 2022 is the period where Siddharth has completed 100 sessions in MS evening sessions. Likewise, the topic slightly differs for Tanishwar. Tanishwar, before August 5th, 2021, Tanishwar in January 2022. So August 5th, Tanishwar is somebody who doesn't even know what's going on here. And Jan 22 Tanishwar version is a guy who has attended 60 classes in this MSES sessions. So a nice enticed PPT presentation about your own self, which would be a fantastic way of looking back into your life and, taking up a reboot reality check of your own personality. As a person, how you have converted yourself as a personality. I want that to be known. So that's going to be your next week's presentation. Possible, both of you?
Yes, sir.
I mean, make this presentation as a very fond one. Like, if you don't have time, then don't do it. Because in life, there are only two ways of doing things. One, doing something as a duty. Two, doing something with love. I always prefer the second one. I never have any duty. I always do everything with love. Right from the weights I lift for building my muscles till the meditation I do. Right from the stories that I create for sessions till the online sessions I conduct, everything I do with love. If you do with love, even duty will be very tasty. If you do the lovable things as a duty, then even lovable things will be appearing as a poison. So this presentation is something that you should do only when you feel loved about your own self. Yeah, this is the right time. So let me first of all jot down some of the things for that presentation Maniandan has given. So this is the right time. So you have to have the force. You have to have the drive. So in the next 7 days, whenever you have the drive, only then you need to touch on this presentation. If you don't get that drive, well, then there is something wrong in your living standards. I won't be condemning you for not making a presentation next week. I'm sorry, sir, I really didn't get that feeling that you spoke about. In all these 7 days, I never got that feeling. I won't condemn you or I won't give you negative marks in your CRS for that, but it's a serious problem. In a span of 7 days, if your heart does not get that blossoming feel of thinking about your own self and introspecting how much you have developed, there is something wrong in the neural schema of your life. I hope that will not happen and you both will be ready with the presentation on Saturday itself. So let's see. You have 7 days. Okay?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Good. Now, it's almost about 52 minutes of the session and we still have about 6:28. So we have about 20-25 minutes left in the session. I've got 2 agendas to be fulfilled. Whenever somebody is volunteering for a presentation, I never stop. Now, Yalvendan wanted to make a presentation. Let us send him to the dais. And after your presentation, Siddharth, Tanishwar, Mitra will ask questions and you need to answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay? All right. So, Mitra,
Sir.
let him go to the dais. I will shift the camera for Tanishwar and Siddharth.
Okay, sir.
And you put the focus light on him.
Okay, sir. All the best.
Thank you, Akka.
Good.
All the best, Yalvendan.
All the best. All the best.
Siddharth Anna and Tanishwar Anna, both are saying all the best. Okay, good job. All right. So, Yalvendan is ready for the presentation. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Hi friends, I'm going to present the name, the story, the fisherman and the jig. The fisherman, once upon a
You
time,
can remove your mask.
once upon a time, there was a fisherman named Abdul, and he was very poor fisherman in the village, and he was roaming until he got an idea of giving fishing, and he was going to he was taking his net, and he was walking to the he was very.
Pulling it up. It's pulling it up.
He's taking it up, but it is not coming. The effort he is taking, it came, and he like this he did, and that what? There's no fish, only one came. Let's take it, and he took it, and he opened one ghost came there, and
Oh.
he named it Jinn, and Jinn said,
Genie. It's called as Genie.
No, sir, it is written as Jinn.
Genie. Okay. Fine.
And it angry because Don tossed their lid and said, Jinn. And Abdul said, he knows that he is angry. He himself said, I'm angry. And he's using this knowledge. He's poor, but he's having knowledge. You mean what? He's responding. He's all of them. He's have knowledge, and he said, despair as small, and it is despair. And suddenly, fisherman took the lid and closed it. And in this story, we are taking on that is, we know we are poor, but we need knowledge.
That's the book that you read?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mitra, go for a question.
Yes, sir. So, it was a good presentation.
Keep the book down. Keep the book down. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Pass it. Yeah.
If Jinn was like a person who can give you boons, okay, so the gifts you ask for, okay, boons might be some facilities you need or some privilege you need in your life for a big house or something, okay, like that. It could be also anything. So if Jinn was there to provide whatever boon you ask for like God,
Okay.
what do you think the fisherman would have asked for?
He will ask for he'll ask I should ask for this net. I should catch many fishes like this.
Okay. Now, Yalvind, by virtue of reading these kinds of good nurturing stories books, I'm seeing your improvement. You are really very enthusiastic. You are very lively, and your mom told me that you are so interested in sessions like this, which is all a very good thing, and I'm very happy about it. Now, do you think, or your mind thinks, that you have to go for a new form of reading, or you like only these kinds of story books to be read?
No, sir, I should read many big books, and I should get many awards. So I'm thinking, so I want the ability to read. So daily morning I get up at 6 o'clock and I attend my session, and I.
Which session?
Sir, the chitty class.
Chitty class.
Yes.
What does it mean? Which class?
Sir, 6 o'clock class. We should get up at 6 o'clock, and the sir will say one small stories.
Wow. Good. Okay.
So, and I will attend that session, and mom will say, go and draw. So I will draw. I will see the YouTube in US batch with this art things. I will see that and I will draw. After that, I will read 2 books, at least 2 books, and I will narrate the story to my mom, and mom will conduct it.
Wow. Tell your mom that I appreciated your way of living very much. It's a good way of living. Good way. This is why you are very, very strong, and you are very alive, and you are very enthusiastic. Okay? Right. Now Siddharthana is asking a question. Okay? Siddharth, go.
Okay, sir. So Yalvin, a nice presentation. It was really fun to listen to. So for my question for you, why did you choose that book and not some other storybook?
I didn't even read. It was in the attic, so I was climbing in the attic, and it was that. Oh, I bought my uncle bought it for my birthday. I can read today, and I can present it to sir, and I will get some appreciation. So I read this, and I was very wanted to
Nice answer.
Fine. Thank you, Siddharth. That was a very good question. Tanishwar, do you have any question for Yalvendan?
Sir, okay. That was a good presentation, Yalvindan. And what did you what
Thanks, sir.
what did you learn from this book?
What is your learning out of this book?
That we are poor, but we need knowledge to do something.
I see. Okay, right, fine. Any other points you would like to add? Very smart. You answered all the 4 questions. Sibi Adityan, do you have any questions for Yalvendan? Beautiful device. Okay. Good job, Yalvendan. Fantastic. Come back.
Super, yeah.
Good job, Yalvindan.
Siddharth. No, 2 voices are not the same. You have to attend. You have to attend and listen very carefully for the difference of the voice. All right, so now we are coming to almost the close of the session today. I would like to, yeah.
Sir, you know I have a holiday starting, sir. So, would you like to ask me to do any presentation on any topic?
Yes. How many days of holidays you have?
6 days, 1 week.
When is it starting?
Tomorrow.
So you don't have school tomorrow.
Only till 11 o'clock, sir.
For exam. You finish your exam.
Yes, sir. Till next Sunday.
Siddharth, Tanishwar, do you have any suggestion for her? Because she is completing her 9th grade. Tomorrow she completes her 9th grade. And from 24th of Jan onwards, she is starting at her 10th grade portions. I am also paying the last term fees for her. And from 24th of Jan, she is attending her 10th grade. So from 17th, that is tomorrow, till 24th, she has got a stream of holidays. And as you know, as of rising cases, we are not supposed to travel anywhere. We got this lockdown. So, as a fellow counterpart and being 9th grade students yourselves, what suggestions you would like to give Mitra to do in these 6 days?
Sir, for one of my suggestions, it could be like she can take up a new hobby. For example, if she doesn't do art or doesn't like reading right now, she can try to do that later and try to get more interested into it. Because right now I read every now and then, but when I do start reading, I finish a book, then I don't read for some time, then I read a book again for a long time.
That's good.
Like Siddharth said, I would say like read a book or something. There's this I have this one book recommendation. Can I share it?
Please, yes.
Michael Bay, The Prisoner of Cell 25. It's a really good book.
That's a good series, yeah. That, and then if you want to spend more time on reading, you can do Harry Potter, because the books are very long.
But Michael Bay has a good story. It's science fiction.
Yeah, Tanishwar, could you please put the name of the book on the text chat so that I can scout the book and give it to her? And Harry Potter I have already put up in the Kindle.
Yes, sir. I even completed around half of the book in Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
Oh, I finished only the first 3. The 4th one is too long.
I finished the full series, and the last book there's a good twist in the story.
Michael Way, Prisoner of Cell 25. Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely get this book for her.
Sir, I have, sir.
Thank you for the suggestion, Tanishwar and Siddharth.
Yeah.
Sir, I see the reading.
Okay. Yeah, so in addition to what Tanishwar and Siddharth.
Sir, 365 wonderful answers.
Okay, I'll try to get that book as well. Thank you for session, Yalvendan. Yeah, so in addition to what Siddharth and Tanishwar have mentioned, I want you to come up with an equilibrium schedule.
Okay, sir.
Of
That's
working.
what the cover looks like.
Oh, this is the cover. Oh, the
Yeah.
author is Richard Paul Evans. Okay.
Sir, I have one
Right.
question.
So that.
Can I just type in the chat book names that I know that are good?
Sorry.
In the chat, can I just type in the book titles for books that I know are good?
Sure, sure. Please. That will be a great help.
Hello.
Hello. Tokyo Ever After. Hello is the name of the book. So you guys get these books in the Kindle Access, or your parents buy these books for you?
I checked these books out in my school library, and then I returned them after like 3 weeks.
So how long can you retain a book if you have taken that from the library?
In the school that I'm in right now, it's like 2 to 3 weeks. But in my middle school, I could have taken out for like 3 weeks, and then if I want to read it more, I could have renewed it if no one put a hold on it. But I can't do that in my school right now for some reason.
Yeah, that's really good. So does your school have this facility?
So they have these facilities for not for ninth standard and all. But other people, there will be lots of books. More interesting. There was one book that I was desiring for. So the set they would have, sir. But unfortunately, that is for ninth standard, and we did not get the privilege of getting those in seventh standard. They will have 7 to 9, 10 to 11. They have that genre-based books, sir. But from ninth standard, we don't have libraries.
Refugee by Alan Gratz. Okay, I'll take a note of these 4 books. Michael Bay, Hello, Tokyo Ever After, and Refugee.
Sir, after going home, I will also send some books.
Sure.
All books were.
All right, okay, I'll take it. So, apart from in addition to the books that they have suggested,
I will also buy Tokyo Ever.
appear an equilibrium schedule, physical workout,
Yes, sir.
mental workout,
Yes, sir.
intellectual workout.
That's it.
So, intellectual workout, reading the books
Yes, sir.
that Siddharth and Tanishwar we already mentioned. Physical workout, you are good at cricket, so tomorrow you'll buy a bat.
Yes, sir.
And you can play all 6 days.
Yes, sir.
And mental workout, presentations.
Yes, sir.
I'll think of a topic.
Yes, sir.
By tomorrow evening, I'll be able to give you a topic, and that will be officially announced in the group as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, friends.
right. Okay, so
Sir?
answer that.
Okay, so if you're reading the book Tokyo Ever After, I suggest to read it only if you're 13 or above.
Yeah.
There's some few choices of word in there that you don't want to read unless you're 13 or above.
Now, so if she's hitting 15 come this July. No, it's July 21st, she turns 15. So she is already 14 and a half. So I think she will be able to read it.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Last year, I read one book, sir, by Ruskin Bond, sir. I believe no such thing should be there. It was a great journey, sir, that I got in Kindle Unlimited, and it was very interesting. But the later parts of the book weren't that good, so I read it.
No, just like the movies, you will have to also.
Michael Bay is like a very interesting story.
Anybody can read Michael Bay?
Sir, there's no like violence. I mean, there is violence, but there's no bad words in there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sir, Jeremy Candice is having very good morals.
Oh, I see. Right. Thank you. I will read the book.
Okay.
I read the book in 5th grade.
Okay. Right, so
Sir, I got snacks.
you can go in.
What?
Right, so we are coming to the end of the session today. I mean, we are in a tough situation. By 7 o'clock, in another 15 minutes, Yalvendan will have his parents coming up, and we need at least 30 or 45 minutes for a task to complete. So we will start afresh on Saturday, coming Saturday.
Okay,
And the presentation will be from Tanishwar and Siddharth about their own improvisation. And then we are going to have a property game. I'm planning for a property game. It is property game in the sense, it's been a long time since we have administered an online game, like having a board game and focusing the camera on it. I think once in the US batch I tried conducting soccer. Only Siddharth was interested, Mohit was interested. The other girls were very playful and I got annoyed and I stopped. And in Indian batch, we successfully did it.
Yes, sir.
In fact, it was very effective. It was the time when Guru Prasanna joined as a new guy. And all the girls, Dakshin Siddharth, Guru Prasanna, Sanjay, all those people were really wonderful. I still cannot forget that session, very lively session. We played cricket, we played football also. So likewise, I'm planning for a game because until February, these guys, Dakshin, Guru Prasanna, Swatam, and all these people have got the exams and they are on break. So we will have a game administered next week. Poison Heart. Okay, I'll take a note. You want a break? Okay, let's see.
Great destroyer.
I think I'll have to buy all these books because I seriously doubt if these books are available in Kindle Unlimited. So I think we will have to go one by one.
Yeah, you got the books and books too, our friend.
Nice.
No, these books are on Kindle Unlimited, sir. I think if you have it, you can get it.
Is it available in Kindle Unlimited?
Are you paying for it or is it like a free thing?
No, Kindle Unlimited, I pay monthly subscription. But
Then you
if this,
should be able to get it. You should check.
I'll do check. And if it is available in Kindle, we have got reader, both the digital reader and ordinary reader. We will buy it in Kindle form.
Yes, sir.
Instead of hard copy.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thanks for the book session. This will have a great impact, and I'll make sure I'll buy the first two. So you both arrive at a conclusion and tell me the first two should be bought. I mean, look at the list. We have got Michael Way, Halo, Tokyo Ever After, Refugee, Poison Heart, and Great Destroyer. So if I ask both of you to zero in two books out of these, which one would you suggest?
Depends on what you
Michael Bay.
prefer. Refugee is like a World War II story, so if you want that, you can read it. But it's a good book.
Which one?
Yeah.
Tanishwar?
Refugee.
By Alan Gratz.
All right. Okay,
Most-
so Refugee. Huh.
So
Historical.
most stories or books by Alan Gratz are like related to war or like World War II times, or something controversial.
Yeah. I mean, it's historical fiction. All of
Yeah,
it.
but that's what makes it interesting.
It's like
So I will take Michael Way and Refugee first. In that way, because both of you suggested Michael Way and both of you suggested Alan Gratz. So I'll take those two books, a shot, and then we'll go to the next ones.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
We have Kindle, sir, not in Kindle
How much?
Unlimited.
How much? How much?
In Kindle, it is 255, sir, Kindle edition. But we would prefer only Kindle Unlimited, sir.
No, no, we will buy this.
Okay, sir.
So Tokyo Ever After is available in Kindle edition is 255, and Michael Way.
Michael Way, the person.
Oh, Michael Way is a series, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is-
You should watch. You should read the book in chronological order. That's what
read them
makes
in
sense.
order. Prisoner of
Otherwise you
Self
can
25
understand.
is the first one.
Yeah.
So Volume 1, yeah. Volume 1 is available that, Tanishwar has put up the picture. It's available in Kindle edition. It's about 286.
Yes, sir.
So I get this book.
Okay.
I'll also read
Okay, sir.
and see if Refugee by Alan Gratz. So it's about $500 investment. So we'll buy the book.
Yes, sir.
Wait, it's $500?
No.
Okay.
No,
Oh
it's
my God. $100. That's a scam.
Like this should be worth like 60 or 70.
Michael Way is about $5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, over
currency.
here it's $10, sir. You have to pay $10 for the book here.
No, in Kindle, if you buy Kindle, the Kindle edition, yeah, I don't know about paperback, but Kindle edition is about 282. Yeah, again, Alan Grad's Refugee. Refugee is also available. This is the cover, right? Refugee?
Yeah, that's the cover.
Yeah. And this is available for, again, $5, 280 Indian currency. So you get these two books
Okay, sir.
and read out first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, so that's the end of the session, and enjoy your holidays with these books.
Thank you so much, sir.
Siddharth, Praneshwar, do you have any other addition to be made?
Can I add additions later in the day, sir, after I find the full list of books I've read so far?
Definitely. I
I
will
should-
always, yeah,
should
I will always
have-
have a look at the chat. Praneshwar?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some, but Michael is probably the best one you read. Yeah.
Take your time. Whenever the books names are getting flashed, put in the chat box. Or we have our own group, right? Sid and Tan group. So you post that names in the group, so that I will be catching hold of it and I will buy it from her.
You could read Percy Jackson or Magnus Chase.
Okay.
Uh,
Everything. Text. Put it as text. Let it be a list for me for the future also. Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief. It's good that you people are reading so much of books. Very happy about it. Yeah. All series by Rick Riordan, Magnus Chase, Sword of Summer.
Yeah,
Except
the
books.
books are made by Rick Riordan, Magnus Chase, and Lightning Thief.
Percy
Okay.
Percy Jackson and Magnus Chase, those are like religious kind of, no, not religious.
Not religious. Percy Jackson's Greek mythology and
Mythology.
Magnus Chase is Norse mythology.
Most of the books are mythologies for like old ones that have gone now.
Okay. Yeah, you were saying something?
Except books we have in bookstore in Polachi, sir. No?
We'll get it Kindle version.
Yes, sir.
That's always better. You do not carry the paperback books. Okay, I'll take all these topics, and whenever you get the flash of the topics, make sure you put it in chat. Stanish and Siddharth.
Okay, sir.
All right, yeah, come in. Okay, so we will meet in the next week with a new activity and with new forms of presentation. So say bye to Siddharth.
Bye, Siddharth Daneshwar Anna.
Bye, y'all.
Sibi Adityan.
Anna.
Anna.
Oh,
Sir, Sibi Adityan.
he's left. Okay. Oh, you can use it. Any other points?
No, sir.
Okay, so in that case, Siddharth, Tanishwar, Mitra, and Yalvendan. So Mitra and Yalvendan, see you on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Siddharth and Tanishwar, see you on Saturday. All right. So until then, continue your therapies and expect great things and be strong. Bye bye.
Bye, Siddharth and Tanishwar. Expect great things in this from.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.